currently unmuted.
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. So happy to be with you this evening. My name is Nicholas Viselli, and I am the artistic director of Theater Breaking Through Barriers. And oh my goodness, on behalf of our entire staff, our entire creative team, our administrators, I would like to all cordially welcome you to Theater Breaking Through Barriers' 5th Virtual Playmakers Intensive, or as we say, VPI 5. Time capsule. I apologize for our late start, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say that we're having a little sort of technical issue. We normally do live stream captioning for our 7:30 performance. Unfortunately, our captioners, for some reason, did not show up tonight. We've been trying to reach out to them, but it became a situation of, do we wait for them to arrive, or do we start the show? And since we're supposed to start at 7:30, we are already 6 minutes late. So I said, let's just start the show. And I apologize to anyone who requires live stream captioning. Please accept our apologies. Unfortunately, when live theater goes on and little things happen, this is one of them. So anyway, I just want to, again, welcome you again. We are coming to you live. I just, boy, oh boy, we have had really a wonderful intensive so far, and very few gremlins actually have crept into the works. Yeah, sometimes it does happen. But that is not going to change or alter the fact that we have such a great show for you tonight. Oh my goodness, I am so excited about this play for a number of reasons. One, because it happens to be written by one of my favorite playwrights. 2, because it actually happens to be directed by a director that we've never worked with before, and she's absolutely amazing, and I hope that she'll continue to work with us. And 3, we just happen to have a stellar cast. So the play, just to sort of give you a little intro here, is Parent Teacher. It was written by the great JERROD Bogard, and it was directed by Tamar Kummel. Tamar is a wonderful director, and I'm just so thrilled that she is working with us. As far as the cast, okay, who do we have? We have George Ashiotis. We have the ubiquitous and ever-present Stuart Green. We have Kaisa Penney, and we have Estrella Tamez Penney. I have to include the hyphenate in this case because, well, Estrella and Kaisa are mother and daughter. So there you go. So I'm not going to say anymore because it's already 8 minutes. We're already 8 minutes late. So I'm going to turn this all over to our golden voice, who will do a far better job than I could ever do at audio description, the brilliant and glorious Andrea Misko. Take it away, Andrea.
Thank you so much, Nick, and hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Andrea Misko, and I will be providing any necessary audio description for tonight's play. First, I would like to remind you all that during our Virtual Playmakers Intensive, our stage is your computer screen. That said, currently, the stage is dark. When the play begins, each character will appear in their own separate box on your screen. And now, Parent Teacher by JERROD Bogard. The setting: a Zoom-style conference room online with 3 windows/locations. The first is David Dongle's living room/office, from which he teaches online middle school classes. The second is Mr. Bonchek's bedroom/office, where he works when not in the administration offices. And the third is Kristen's bedroom, where she attends school online 4 days a week. David Dongle is played by Stuart Green. He is an even-tempered, middle-aged middle school homeroom instructor for 7th graders. David comes in 3rd place in the holiday door decorating contest every single year. He has short dark hair and a pair of dark framed glasses. He wears a dark blue shirt and a gray and blue patterned tie. He also has a headset on his head with a microphone. Kaisa Penney plays Kristen Grand. She is 12 years old and precocious. Kristen is running for student body president in a pandemic year when the administration has disbanded the student body. Her long brown hair falls past her shoulders, and she wears a navy blue dress printed all over with bright yellow pineapples. Mr. Bonchek is played by George Ashiotis. He is a kind-hearted assistant principal who never had the cutthroat instinct to make it to the big chair. His gray hair is short and neatly cut, and he has a trim goatee. He wears a dark suit with a striped tie. Anna Grand, Kristen's mom, is played by Estrella Tamez. She is so busy with her latest startup, she barely has time to check if her daughter is doing homework or breathing. She has long brown hair that falls down her back, and she wears a red blouse with a ruffled neckline. We open on a Zoom window conference screen with one window, David Dongles. David is straightening up his workstation and the area in view behind him. As he walks back and forth, we can see that below his shirt and tie, he's only wearing basketball shorts. In the screen preview, he notices his hair is askew. He tries to mat it down, but it's resistant. He dips his hand into his water glass and tamps down his cowlick with wet fingers. He grabs a bottle of Pepto-Bismol and chugs back a good serving. David stands up on his chair to adjust a picture behind him. His butt is facing the camera. Another window pops up.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Kristen and his mom appear.
Hello. I mean, hello. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Miss Grand.
Okay, it's working. You got this. I'll be back. I have to take care of a project I've got going.
Oh, okay. Are you coming right back?
It might take a minute. Do you really need me? Do you need me? She'll catch me up on what you cover. She's good about this kind of stuff. Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah, but Ms. Grand, this is Kristen's parent-teacher conference.
Yes.
Right. So you being the parent and me being the teacher, maybe we should, conference.
Yes, of course. But Mr.
Dongle.
Really? Mr. Dongle. You're right. It sounds strange to say out loud. Mr. Dongle, can I call you David?
Sure.
Phew, David. Kristen and I are working on her self-management skills, right? Self-manage, self-starter, because these are unprecedented times. We really need her to be able to manage her stuff and take care of things like this.
Things like parent-teacher conferences?
If that's what this is.
This is that thing, exactly.
Know what? I'm here now. I may as well be here now, right? I mean, I am the parent.
Apparently. To begin with, I want to tell you that Kristen is one of the brightest students in class. I've been corralling homeroom kids for way too long. But Kristen is one of the smartest 12-year-olds I've ever had that I've ever taught.
Well, guess it'll be a short meeting after all. That's my little mini me.
But as with anything good, there are a few areas for improvement. And to speak to this issue, I have invited Mr. Bonchek, the assistant principal, to join us this morning, and he should be here any minute now.
Great. I have time to just run and check on my crew real quick. Call me if you need me.
Anna leaves quickly. Kristen immediately scrolls through her phone.
Miss Grand? Miss Grand? Kristen, can you ask your mom to come back in? Kristen? Oh, this wasn't the plan. Kristen? Kristen!
What?
Do we have a problem?
Well, you certainly do. Turn it down a notch.
Kristen, I'm fairly certain the assistant principal is going to think it's a little weird that your parent is not at the parent-teacher conference.
She'll be here when it matters. You're so extra right now.
David reaches for his Pepto.
If you want this to go your way, I expect you to behave in the appropriate manner in front of Mr. Bonchek. Okay? Like we talked about.
I'll worry about my behavior. You worry about not painting the room pink with your nervous owls.
Spit take.
So when is this dinosaur going to drag himself out of the tar pit? I've got my people waiting on Discord.
The host has asked you to start your video. Start video. System down.
Another window opens. Assistant Principal Bonchek appears.
Mr. Bonchek, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Voiceover off.
Hello, David. Hello, Miss Grand. I'm sorry for running late. Do you want to catch me up?
Mr. Bonchek, I think you're still muted.
Oh, dear. There. Can you hear me now?
No, you're still muted, Mr. Bonchek.
Oh, I thought...
Mr. Bonchek,
The mute button, Mr. Bonchek.
Mr. Bonchek, you're not.
I'm pushing the mute button. It's showing... Am I off or on? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Not hearing you, Mr. Bonchek. Click the picture of the little microphone.
Microphone?
It looks like one of your blood pressure pills sitting in a wine glass.
Aha! There it is.
Does it say muted or does it say unmuted?
It says unmuted.
It says unmuted?
Yes, it says unmuted.
Okay, we can hear you.
Holy smokes. Technology.
Yeah, blessing and a curse. Right, Kristen?
Oh, I'm not allowed to curse. I'm only 12.
All right. What have I missed?
We just started.
Miss Grand, where are your mother and father?
What?
Am I still muted?
My dad is gone, Assistant Principal Bonchek. He's gone. Me and my mom are on our own.
Oh, dear. I'm so sorry. How long has it been, just the two of you?
It's a 2-day fishing trip. He gets back tomorrow.
David?
Assistant Principal, I'm sorry. Kristen's mother should be back any minute.
Mom!
David, I'm not sure I'm feeling up for this today. These kids are taking it out of me.
Oh, here she comes. She's coming right now, Mr. Bonchek. If Kristen keeps down this path, who knows where it will lead, right? What is it you always say? If I've
helped one young person become their best self, then I am being my best self. You're right. This is the reason I get up in the morning. It's why I can never retire.
Don't I know it?
Let's do this.
Anna returns holding 2 small dumbbells.
Assistant Principal Bonchek, this is my mom. She's really busy today because of her new startup business.
It's a YouTube channel that streams politically themed exercise routines.
Oh.
Political.
Exercise, isn't it perfect? I figure we've politicized infectious diseases, we've politicized healthcare. The next logical step is the fitness craze.
I guess that tracks.
And Kristen is helping me so much during this pandemic. The little darling is being her own teacher, sitter, playmate, tutor, coach, chef, and mentor. She's been amazing. Now I've got to go untangle some ropes from the gears of a Peloton. Assistant Principal Bonchek, Mr. Teacher.
Dongle.
Anna leaves.
Did she say she was untangling robes?
Supreme Court spin class. She's playing Ruth Bader Thinsburg.
Will she be back?
Oh, of course she'll be back. Right, Kristen? Okay. How about we get started, though?
Without the parent?
Well, just to start.
I don't think it makes sense not to have a parent at a parent-teacher conference.
What's the matter, Mr. Bonchek? Does it make you nervous to speak directly to the children in your school?
Excuse me?
If I make you so nervous, maybe you should call your mother.
All right, young lady, this is the kind of behavior Mr. Dongle has asked me here to address. This aggressive, antagonistic attitude.
Aggressive, antagonistic attitude. I can finally tell my mom I got all A's.
Your marks will have to come up quite a bit for that to be the case. Mr. Dongle?
72 in English, 68 in pre-algebra, and a 63 in art.
How do you get 63 in art?
Everybody's a critic.
And as for attendance?
Non-existent.
Which is a shame, Miss Grand. You have such a bright future ahead of you, and I'm not doing my job as assistant principal if I let such an intelligent, pretty girl squander her enormous potential.
Wait, hold up. I'm pretty? What do my looks have to do with my potential?
How much you have to learn.
And I bet you're eager to teach me.
I don't appreciate your tone.
You're saying that my looks influence how successful I can be.
I am not saying that.
Oh, then you just want me to know that you find me attractive.
Now you're being inappropriate.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I the one who made a judgment on your attractiveness?
I didn't make... Very good. Point taken, Miss Grand. No, to answer your question, it does not matter at all what you look like. I was merely being nice.
Well, next time, just offer me some candy and a free ride in your panel van.
That's very colorful. You did say she has a penchant for the provocative. Miss Grand,
Stop calling me that. It's weird.
Kristen returns to her phone.
you respect my name and I'll respect yours. This is how professional educators operate.
Okay, Boomer.
Okay, what?
Okay, Boomer.
Oh, let's begin again.
Okay, Boomer.
Why does she keep saying that? What does that mean?
I believe it's a term of derision or of dismissal.
Derision for what?
Well, for the baby boomers.
Oh, I see. Professionalism and respect are old-fashioned. Is that it?
Not old fashioned, just fake.
Assistant Principal Bonchek, maybe this is just a generational thing.
I should say it is. These kids are all too legit to quit.
Oh, no.
Yes, that's
not-
right. They think being rude is keeping it real. They think compliments are insults and insults are hate crimes. They've grown up in bubble wrap and never learned how to take their lumps. And everybody gets a trophy for simply showing up to the game.
Do you know why we get trophies for just showing up? Because you've made it so very difficult to just show up. Every day, the headlines read like the prologue of a dystopian novel. The wealth gap gets wider while our margin for error gets thinner. The oceans rise, the forests burn, the ice caps melt. Meanwhile, the police shoot the black boys, the white boys shoot up the schools, and the schools blame the girls' clothing for the boys' bad behavior. It is a profound struggle to get out of the bed and to drag ourselves to the game in a world that begs and threatens us to just stay home. Your generation started us down this road, filled the gas tank, pointed us at the fireworks factory, and put a brick on the accelerator. Now, you're bailing at the side, screaming, they don't make them like they used to. So yes, for enduring your epic failure as stewards, as guardians, and just plain decent people, I think the very least you can afford us is a trophy.
I see we have a little activist here.
And I will not be silent.
Of course not. All you people do is make noise.
Surprised you can hear it with your head in the sand.
Now, you've been to the trainings and you've memorized all the talking points. But little girl, if you're an activist, I have not seen any action.
This from a man who's dedicated his life to training children to sit down and
Be quiet.
Anna returns, dressed as Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Oh, Kristen. Oh, you're still on. Let me know when you're done, okay?
Anna leaves.
No,
No,
stay.
stay. Oh,
David, let's reschedule.
that's probably best. You've had a lot of meetings. Kristen might be a little much for you this morning to handle.
No, I can handle Miss Grand. But the mother, the parent must be present.
Of course, you're right. I think the guidance department, Mr. Rodriguez, being a little younger, he might find it easier making a connection.
I'll make a connection with the plywood paddle.
Sir, we can't do that anymore.
Of course we can't. And we wonder why this country is going to pot. Mere mention of spanking, I bet that gets the mother back in the room.
and her lawyer.
Oh, there it is. It was only a matter of time. I don't know why we even bother, David. These kids, the entitlement, the presumption, it will be a miracle if we make it another generation. They're all so
Trigger warning.
damn fragile.
You think that because we are kind and because we are accountable, that we are weak? Maybe you're missing something. Maybe you didn't know that inside every kid my age, there's a tiny nuclear furnace raging at the injustices perpetrated by the people your age. It's a miracle we haven't burned every school to the ground, and that fossils like you are allowed to present yourselves as any kind of role model for anybody.
I have just about had it with you.
Real talk.
I am going to give you a little advice.
Straight talk.
In my half a century of working with youth and the families, I have tried to instill to impart any sort of discipline, respect, stability. And I have seen it all, and I have heard it all. And you know what? I am done.
Just bailing out the side, huh?
You're damn right I'm bailing out the side. You want to make this country look like Venezuela with your feminist, socialist, queer agendas? Then you and all your feminist, socialist warriors had better strap in tight. You are going over the cliff. Over the cliff! But don't worry. I will be there at the bottom, along with all the other mean old white guys who built this country.
Slavery.
And we will gather around toasting marshmallows over the flaming wreckage.
Hello, Assistant Principal Bonchek. Is it the policy of your school administration to traumatize your students in their own homes?
Miss Grand, you don't even have to make the calls. Rest assured, unlike Her Majesty Kristen, the Queen of Pennsylvania, I am not too legit to quit. I'm resigning as of this very moment. And as a person who is no longer employed by the county, I can tell you both, mother and daughter, to go to hell. That will give you something real over which you can howl, victim, victim, oh, woe is me. Because woe is you, Miss Grant. Woe is you indeed. Goodbye.
Bonchek searches for the Leave Meeting button on the screen, but cannot find it.
Goodbye. Oh, where is it?
It's on the right.
Where is it?
It's on the right.
I'm looking on the right.
It says Leave Meeting. It's big and red.
Like your face.
Jesus Christ. There. Goodbye.
Bonchek, still on camera, weeps, his face in his hands.
Assistant Principal Bonchek, you're still here. You close the window, but your camera and mic are still on. Oh boy. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay, here. Yeah, I think I can just take care of this from here. Here we go, and there.
Bonchek's window closes.
Miss Grand, Mom, Miss Grand, not Kristen. I'm sorry about this. The assistant principal is traditionally in charge of matters of attendance and discipline. Perhaps he's experiencing a little burnout.
My God, do you think? I mean, if anyone could use some sustained cardio, but burnout or no, you just can't go talking to kids like that.
Agree. I agree.
What's going to happen now?
Well, I'm actually the unofficial next in line for the assistant principal position, so I imagine I'll be stepping into the role. And I can assure you that I am ready to meet any challenges presenting themselves.
No.
I'm sorry?
Not with you. What's happening with the meeting now? Are we done? Because I need this computer for an extra monitor. The guy playing Sweat Kavanaugh is obsessed with watching his own six-pack. Okay, when you're done, that's my pretty girl. Oh, so pretty.
Oh.
Anna leaves.
Oh. That went well.
It did work, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I was a little thrown by your mom. I was like, what? But then you were like, we got this. And it totally worked.
So now with Bonchek out of the way, you'll be able to move at school?
I think so. Yeah.
You can finally become the total tool bag you've always aspired to be. My life has meaning.
Oh, you're helping me become my best self. And that makes you your best self.
Yeah, hey. Before the balloons drop and the band kicks up, remind me again how my grades are doing this term.
Oh, yes, it seems like there's an update. Aha. You have all A's across the board, full honor roll, and it's looking good for the next 3 terms as well.
David gives a thumbs up and winks.
Perfect. And I'll see you again when?
Whenever, Monday?
Never. I'll see you again never.
Right, yes. 100% attendance award unlocked. Cool.
Right. Well, I guess bye then.
Well, hey, Kristen, you know when you were laying into Bonchek back there really going for his throat?
Yeah?
For a second there, I saw your eyes light up. It's moments like those that really make me glad to be an educator. Thank you.
End of play.
This play is too legit to quit. That's all I have to say. Oh my God. Oh my, wait a second. Let me get you all back here. Wait a second. I have to invite. There you go. Come on. There he is. Author. Oh, Estrella, Kaisa. The great Stuart Green. Where's George? Where is he? I know he's coming. There he is. And of course, George, Ashiotis, everyone. Woo! Oh, and our director, Tamar.
Yay!
Tamar. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, this has been one tough day. We've had so many crazy things, technical stuff, blowing up, crazy madness. I just needed this play because it just made me laugh myself stupid. I was sitting here laughing myself stupid. This was a great show. I mean, really hilarious. And you guys were all so wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I got to start with you, Jared. You know, what I love about this show is it really does, it sort of does address the whole, where did he go? He walked away. Jared, where'd you go?
Hilarious. Everyone was so hilarious. I was laughing my booty off.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was wonderful. I just, I love it because it really, it really does address the whole sort of, I guess, generational thing. It just talks about so much. All right.
Well, you said time capsule.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, perfect.
And then the cast drew out of the hat an amazing, fiery 12-year-old girl. And I was like, what any parent knows that the time capsule, the thing that we're all traumatized about and, want to put behind us and never do it ever again is online school.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there was the setting, right?
Oh my goodness.
Ready.
Yeah. It was there. It was there. Like,
and it was just like, whoa, we've got two ends of like the life spectrum here. We've got youth, we've got age, and it's like, yes, let's have that conversation with this setting. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, you killed this one. You really just boom. It was no contest. It was just hilarious. And I have to tell you, you write comedies so well. You just do. The jokes just kind of they're gut punch jokes. I mean, I'm sorry, it's just hilarious. You have to have the right people though, and I have to say to you, and I want to talk to you tomorrow. I have to talk to you, but I just have to say, you had the fact that you had George, who was the anchor. You had Stuart, who was the middle guy, the negotiator, the in-between guy. And then, of course, you have, oh my God, Kaisa, this is just so you know, and please, I hope you don't mind me saying this, this is sort of the first big play you're doing. I know it's probably your first online play, but is this the first play that you're doing with like a company like ours?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You were amazing. I mean, again, it's just who you are.
It will be the next little hand.
Tucker was just texting you. It's just how amazing you were. You were just doing so well. And of course, Estrella, you were always amazing. And I just love the fact that you guys got to do this together. It was just such a wonderful piece. Tamar.
Sure.
Please tell me, this is your first time working with us. I don't know how much online directing you've been doing. I'm sure you've had quite a bit of experience over the last year, but what was this experience like for you as a director?
It was great, because I think your company is so interesting and diverse. And I love any sort of project where you draw names out of a hat and everything gets thrown at you very quickly. That's generally how I work anyway, is just very fast. So this was kind of perfect for me. And the fact that Stuart was the one that recommended me, and then I got to work with him. So what a nightmare, but I love him. Anyway, so it was, yeah, so I thought it was just a really interesting project. And this is my first Zoom project of any. I've seen a bunch of them, but I really like the fact that this was written for Zoom. It wasn't a play reading of something else that you need a lot of stage directions to understand what's going on. It was, and then Jerrod had the great idea of saying, you know, we have a mother-daughter, so we have two people that could be in the same room, which you rarely see on Zoom. So I thought that was pretty great too. So yeah, it's been wonderful.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. No. Thank you. I agree. I mean, you know, when we first talked and you were sort of telling me all of this, I thought this is, yes, you are absolutely, you need to be working with us. That is a must. I am always grateful to Stuart, because Stuart is, I mean, he is a connector. He is, like, on the highest level of humanity, a connector, someone who likes to bring people together and create, you know, expand relationships. That is exactly who Stuart is. And I'm just so grateful for that. And you're so wonderful. You know, the other thing too is just having that spirit of being willing to sort of take all of those risks. As far as creating the Zoom plays, it just makes perfect sense. Like, I with all due respect to all of the companies that have been producing plays online, you know, plays that were originally written for the stage, I think that's great and it's admirable, and we can play with art all we want, but by writing something that's for this platform, we take all the guesswork out, we take out all the suspension of disbelief, and we start fresh. So thank you. But
when I told Tamar that I wanted to do a comedy, she goes, I was like, well, I'm torn between this comedy and this family drama or whatever it was. And she goes, oh, do the comedy. I said, yeah. She said, oh yeah. And turns out that she's got a background in sketch. So I was like, well, you're going to do my punch up, right? And she's like, you know it. And so we spent quite a bit of time like analyzing the beats. And that was super fun.
Yeah, it was for me too. I was a stand-up comic for 10 years. So
wow.
Ran comedy shows in New York for a couple of years. So comedy's, you know, my favorite thing. So getting to put together a bunch of, you know, finding all the little fun things, that was really fun.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's amazing. And you know what, the one thing I've been sort of stressing throughout this, every original collaboration that we have done, anytime we have, had a writer write something for us, I always will tell the writer, well, when it's like, for example, a commissioned play or something, I'll always tell the writer, you get to choose your director, because the relationship between the writer and the director has to be so important. It's so crucial. And it always works out. So like, if the director also happens to be a good friend or colleague, someone who's worked with that writer before, there's like a shorthand, and the best work comes out of that. I love the fact that you guys got paired together, because I think Jerrod is such an incredible writer, and the comedy was just lethal. I was gut punches throughout, and it really, it landed beautifully. So yeah, I thought it was great. So now I have to talk to you guys. I have to talk to the actors here. George, I have to start with you. George, first I will say, is one of my oldest and dearest friends. I've known George longer than I have known TBTV. George and I met back in 1988. It was January of 1988. We were doing a production of Julius Caesar in Scranton, Pennsylvania, directed by Richard Harris. That's where we met. Scranton is my hometown. George was living in New York. He heard about this production, and he was able to get an audition. And so I met him in my hometown, working with Richard Harris. It's like a weird dream. And George at that time, he said, "Yeah, I work with this company in New York City called Theater by the Blind, and we're doing a show in like April, May, and I came to see it, and that was the first time I saw a TV production. And George has been one of my really not only a great friend and a great mentor, but yeah, just I owe so much to George. So this was your first acting, like Zoom, acting on Zoom experience, yes?
That is correct. My very first time doing virtual theater, or whatever you call it.
Well,
what do you call it? I don't keep saying to people, I'm directing a thing. Because I don't think of it as a play. It's not a film. We're doing pieces. Like I still don't know what to call it.
We refer to this as when we do the Playmakers Intensive live, it's a Playmakers Intensive. And when we started doing it online, we just started calling it the VPI, the Virtual Playmakers Intensive. And I don't know, it just seems, it's weird because it is live and this is not theater, but it's not film. It's a hybrid. It's sort of a good cross between the two. There are definite cinematic elements. I think when you start using other platforms, like OBS is another platform where you can have a technician control where actors are on the screens and fades, and you can tell actors how to look and where to look and all this other stuff. Then it becomes more like cinema and less like theater. I wanted these to feel more like theater because these are new plays that were written for this platform, but they're also in a development stage. So it's all about the words. And if we focus too much on the smoke and mirrors, we're taking it away from, I think, what the point of this is.
You know what it is? It's like, this is site specific. That's really, if you boil it down, it's site specific in multiple sites. Yeah, you're welcome. Boom, mic drop.
Yeah, and that's totally what it is. You nailed it. It was the idea of how do we create live theater on this platform where, and I know that as a director, it's challenging because you can't really create stage pictures, but you can, as a director, really work with the actors individually. And if you have all the faces in a gallery, it's the idea of trying to get the audience to look in the right places at the right times. It's really what it is. And so it's, shut up. I want to know about what you think, George. What was this like? How was this experience for you?
Well, it was a pretty amazing, a little nerve-wracking, but then all theater, initially. Jared called me and actually FaceTimed me, and I showed him around the apartment, and he saw the desk that's behind me, and he said, "Oh, that's it." It was just like, oh my God, that little moment became an inspiration, maybe, of the writing of, what I would be doing, where I would be doing it. And it was my own little set in my own little corner of my own little world. It was a little challenging insofar as, the script was in flux because it had to be, this is a quick kind of thrown together thing, and you try it out and it has to change. And, with hard copy Braille, you can't insert and delete. It's just not possible. So fortunately, I got the script through email, and I was able to convert it and then read it off my refreshable Braille display, which is a strip of 40 characters that you can do anything with.
Wow.
So I converted it to that, and then Jared took the time to call me and give me all the changes, and I inserted and deleted and whatever. But then ultimately, I had to have hard copy Braille because I like to be able to run my finger down the left margin and there's my next cue, and you can't really do that with just one line of 40 characters. It's not easy to find your next spot. like it would be if I was just, as I say, skimming my finger down the side of the page.
Mhm.
But great, I had wonderful company to work with.
Yeah.
Tamar is very supportive and encouraging, and Stuart agreed to, and we were able to run lines together. I appreciate that, Stuart, very much. And Kaisa and Estrella were just wonderful. It was so cool.
I love it. I think that, you know, George, I love hearing that, because this, in every sense of the word, this project is all about collaboration and really trying to find the ways to make it work together as a company. Everyone has their jobs, but yet you also realize that there's more to it than that, and you're all invested in it, and that is the gift. You know, that really makes, I don't know, it adds this extra layer to the work that doesn't exist in a world where you just say, okay, here are your lines, learn your part, and you know, it's not just a gig. It goes beyond. I mean, it can be to some if you want, but the best work is more. It feels like there's more to it. So yeah, oh, it's so great to see you, and you were just amazing. You know, you were the perfect counterpoint to what Kaisa was bombing you with.
When I read the script and read my part, I thought, oh, I can do this.
you that's wheelhouse material for you, George.
And also, as it turned out, that I had done Jared's plays in Croatia when we were there. Never met Jared before, but we did have a connection. And so
he's amazing. He's amazing. Yeah, and I was listening to you talk, and sitting at the bottom of the pit. Oh, I am too legit to quit. Who came up with the too legit to quit line, Jared? That's perfect. That's like,
that was MC Hammer.
I know it was MC Hammer, but
it had to be explained to me because I'm a boomer.
That was the best experience, was explaining legit to George.
It made it funny that the boomer was reaching back to like his only hip thing from like the 80s.
Yeah, the last time he understood anything pop culture was 1993.
and he probably had to ask someone, what does this mean? That's
right.
Okay. You know, I love that so much. It was brilliant. All right, Kaisa, I will now speak to you. I will address you now. Again, you're wonderful. You really are. This was so well written, because what you really need is the fact that you sort of had this, I don't know, almost a deadpan delivery throughout, sells this so well, because it just gives this idea that like you're not, you know, you're there, you're so smart, but it's like, yeah, please, I don't even need to talk about that. Like, it just worked so well, you know. You had it all planned and figured out from the beginning, and now you're just running through the steps to get you to the end, to where you need to be. And it was just wonderful to watch the stuff you say. Oh my God. What was the line about where you know, maybe you should call your mother, you tell that to Bonchak? How brilliant is that? Oh my God. I just thought it was hilarious. What was this like for you, like doing this kind of work? Tell me how you felt about it.
It was really fun, and it was amazing. It was an amazing experience. I got to work with all these amazing people.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I would say you got to work with the best. You got to work with the best people. And I'm not just saying that to make them feel good. I know from experience and working with them myself, they're the best. They're the top of the line. So you had a great, I guess, initiation.
Baptismal by fire.
Boom. Yeah, this is something you should be very, very proud of.
You initiated us.
And Estrella, you have really I'm in awe of you as an artist. You've done so much. You've done so much in this intensive. My God, as a writer, as you've acted in several of the shows. You've just been amazing.
Thank you.
How was this experience with you working with your daughter, running in and out, Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Oh my God, crazy.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing. And the first time I read the script, Jared sent it. I think he sent the first draft one night, like really late at night. We're on the West Coast, so it was late for us. He must have been up all night writing it.
Yeah.
And I remember my husband had already fallen asleep, and I got into bed and I was reading the script on my phone. I was laughing so hard that I was shaking the bed, and my husband kept yelling at the dog because he thought the dog was like shaking the bed. And I mean, it was so funny. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. I mean, it was just like line after line after, and then I just pictured Kaisa saying these things, and I was like, oh my God, this is hilarious. And then like the okay boomer, and then his line, okay boomer, his line, okay boomer. I was like, oh my God, this is gold.
Yeah.
And I just to be able to do this with her for her first time, with one, with TBTB, and two, just ever.
Mm-hmm.
I was really excited. So when we lost that one actor, and then Jared's like, let's see if Nick will let us pull Estrella in. And so it was just all of it. It's just so wild how TBTB is just magic, because it just seems like everything you pull out of that hat is just meant to be. It's so incredible. Tamar was absolutely amazing. I kept thinking, okay, oh my gosh, this is Kaisa's first time. Like, what's it going to be like with the director, with the writer? Stuart, I've known a long time. So I was like, we just made fun of him and his love of cats. But I was just like, oh my gosh, I hope that, there's a stuffed cat. So I was like, the first time Tamar spoke with Kaisa, or the first time Jared, because I think Jared was the first time the first person who spoke with us. I was just like, woo, he's a dad. He gets it. He has a kid. And then when I met Tamar, she just has this very like, just gentle, peaceful, like, calming way about her. And I was like, oh, Kaisa's in great hands. And then I met George, and I thought, this is just going to be gold. And it was so much fun. And I'm so glad I got to do this.
Oh, yeah.
I have to say that Estrella has incredible comedic timing. I really had to hold myself back from laughing out loud so many times.
Well, I felt the same way about you, George, because I just was over here on the side, just laughing, trying not to distract her, but just your lines, you're like, why does she keep saying that?
Yeah. Oh, it was great. It was amazing. And it worked. Again, it was that perfect, like, opposition, that perfect point. Just it really like nails it beautifully. So well done. And then you, Mr. Dongle.
Me. What did I do?
No, you're just your fabulous self. I just think you're hilarious. I mean,
basketball shorts, Stuart.
Oh yeah, they're official. I'm very method in this intensive.
They're real basketball shorts.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I've ever played basketball in them, but if I wanted to, I could, and they would be league regulation. Oh yeah, I just add sneakers. Yeah,
take them in, man. That's the way to go. I love it. I thought it was great. The whole Pepto-Bismol thing, brilliant. And then you are the big sellout. You just are like you just want to shop, man. Oh my God, yeah.
About this, my favorite thing about the play was the humanity of Mr. Dongle at the end, where he like legitimately respects this girl, and is like excited to have her back in his classroom, even though he's afraid of her. When she's like, never, and he's like, yeah, that's cool. I'm fine. I'll be okay. I was dying.
I'll just be working it out in therapy for the next couple of years. Yeah.
But that's what you do, Stuart. You always find the humanity underneath this like clown, like this beautifully clown performance, and then but anchored in this human motivation, and that's why I always want to write for you.
Oh, thank you. I still use the thing you get for casting on the couch with George. I still use that all the time, and I might do Kaisa's monologue. That may be hitting the circuits. I love your writing, man. So it's funny. It's funny because when the intensive started, I wasn't planning on. I'll tell everybody. I wasn't planning on. I was just planning on directing, as I'd been asked to do. And then Nick, I think you probably you put my name in the hat. And then once I knew I was going to be working with Tamar and JERROD, I was like, oh my God. And then Kaisa was picked, and then eventually Estrella came into the mix, and then George, and then now also Andrea. I was like, how can I say no? How can I say no? So I thank all of you for, kind of I was just like, it's just too legit to quit. I got to keep going. And even if I have to find like some Z Cavariccis from 1992, I'll put those suckers on, and I'll dance like there's no tomorrow.
Okay.
I'm old enough to know what those are.
I do my research. So anyone knew,
Okay, so explain it to the boomer. What is that?
Okay, Z Cavariccis, from what I understand, were these like really stylized pants that were very slim in the front and a little puffy on the side. And then after that, skids came, which were skateboarding gear. And then, then jeggings, and there's like a whole evolution of clothing.
It's a style of trouser.
Yeah. If you wanna call it that, it's definitely. I wouldn't any hairband from the 80s. If you look enough in the crowd, I'm sure you would find some people wearing these Z Cavariccis.
It was like the bottom half of a zoot suit. That's what they look like.
Yeah,
in the color of the rainbow.
You just do a little research, and all this stuff comes back like, what? Like even like orgone boxes, and like, this was a thing. My Pet Rock, a thing. And then it just keeps a Slinky. So it's fascinating, all the different things that are out there, and then the things we bring back. That's just like, just to show how far we have how far we as a society have grown, and how often we revert. So it's so it's a fun thing, and it's been a pleasure working with all you guys. You guys are just this has just been a little fun thing. I'm glad we get the chance to do it one more time. So
in 3 minutes.
And speaking of, we have to wrap this up. Break. No. I love talking, but we have to get to we have to get to our other show. So I'm going to let you guys power off here for a second. I'm just going to do my wrap up, and then we're going to bounce back into the next show.
All right. Thank you.
So anyway, I want to thank all of you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Again, I apologize for not having the audio, the live captioning tonight. We will have that back tomorrow. That is a promise. We will make sure of it. In the meantime, again, I hope you'll tune in tomorrow and for the next few nights. We're running until Sunday, so we have so many other great shows to go from here. I want to, oh my goodness, what are we doing tomorrow night? Tomorrow night's play, just so you can know, we have an incredible show, another incredible show. Tomorrow night, the play, oh my God, written by Kate Allen. And I love Kate. She wrote for us the first time last intensive, and she wrote this other really great play called Strength in Numbers. It is directed by the amazing Maria Miley, and it stars Fred Backus, Alyssa H. Chase, Keith Murphy DeConcini, and John Paul Nian. Strength in Numbers tomorrow night at 7:30 here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being a part of our work. Please tell your friends, your family. Go to our website, tbtb.org. You can see everything that we're about. And if you really love us, click the donate button at the top of the page. We value your support. That we take also very seriously. So if you have a wonderful evening, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Good night, all. Bye-bye.
Gabriel Lopez Cafati discussed part of BPI's history to open. TBTV Theater Brea is sharing computer sound. Image. You are currently on an image. TBTV Theater Brea is sharing computer sound. TBTV image. You are currently on an image.
Ugh.